Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Mic check, waifu. Ma, tell them. Is that you?
And we back with episode 353.
This is episode 353 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu is where you get early access to the video version of this podcast, where you get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Stories, where you get access to the pre-show, which goes live 2 days before this episode airs. For everybody else, shout out to the Patreon producers, which keeps the lights on. Explicitly, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Fear, Semi Sensei, Frozen, See Money, Fingers. Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Check out Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Death Scythe, aka Christian the Archivist, All for One Matt, Rob Stone. More from him later. Matthew H. the Great, TK does the NBA Finals. Thank you so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. We truly couldn't do it without you. 353 episodes. Palindrome.
Hey, we've been doing this, like I said, we got 11 more episodes and we can do this for 364 episodes in total, one for every day of the year.
And again, don't ever do that. Start from a reintroduction episode. Mic Check Waifu is the anime podcast brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Thank y'all so much for listening and support us. We appreciate you. It means the world to us. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. Now, it sucks. I hate when this happens, and I'm gonna just give them a hit behind the scenes. There was a technical difficulty at the beginning of this episode, and we went for about 5-6 minutes, pure gas. But we're gonna do it again because that's just what we do. Okay. Starting off with Tell, as we start off every episode of Mic Check Waifu, what is your episode of the week this week of Mic Check Waifu?
Episode of the week this week is ReZero. And I would say even more so than it was last week, for the same reasons, but amplified. What ReZero did this week, they made exactly what you said, how it felt like everything we experienced was horrible. It was a terrible feeling to see Subaru go through what he went through this episode or the previous week. And then this week was even more, this felt
chills.
Yeah, it felt crazy, and we'll discuss it more in spoilers. But yeah, this week was amazing for ReZero.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go with you there because it was again. I said this before, but it's again how Tell feels about Clannad. Tell hates Clannad, but he knows it's great. Like it's a great series, but you hate it. In this particular episode, I hated everything about it, but I love it so much. It is done so extremely well that it because it makes you feel the feelings you felt. That's what makes it so incredible. And then you have no idea how it's going to pan out, who's going to win, and we're going to get to that in the spoiler half of the show. But unbelievable! It's unbelievable. Now, that is a perfect segue into what I kind of want to bring up today. Okay, and that's shout out to Rob Stone, our Patreon producer, who brought this to our discussion from last week's episode. Last week's episode, we discussed Wine and Wistoria and how I kind of had a slight problem with the way they did things. He comments in reference to that, and he says, excuse me, I was thinking about my issue with the latest episode of Wistoria, with the latest Wistoria test this week before I heard your discussion. I wasn't a fan of yet another person denying Will because he can't use the same magic, even if what he was doing is clearly beyond him. My issue isn't that it's unrealistic or that it doesn't fit the world, but more on a narrative level. It's just retreading the same arc. And we've already done it with his teacher, right down to the fact that almost every other teacher/examiner supporting him being overruled. It's almost exactly the same setup. I'll let him get this far, but no further. That we just had and we overcame. So essentially, we're about to do the same exact arc that we just did from season 1 all the way up until the beginning of this season again. And I referenced this before, but it's just like it's ReZero and Wistoria doing the exact same thing, obviously in different ways. Like, right. And I'm not going to spoil ReZero, but something happens in ReZero that's essentially resetting everything. And Wistoria is doing the same thing by essentially going into a different part of this world and resetting again, bring him back down to zero to where he has to earn his way back up again, prove everybody right or wrong about his way of doing things, et cetera, et cetera. And that is exactly what I was trying to say last week, but in a roundabout way, where he went through the arc of being shot down, discriminated against, bullied, hated, all for him just to overcome that with, mind you, the most mind-blowing thing. Like, it's not even just like it's surprising. It's like it's hugely detrimental or hugely world-changing, I should say, to him, his character, and the world itself. And it's just, it don't matter because now we're up in a different area doing it all over again. Right.
And I guess the without trying to take anything away from Wistoria, because I don't think Wistoria is bad.
That's correct. It's not bad.
The reset is, the issue with the reset is that they like I said before, is formulaic. They're going right back to square one with what's comfortable. The main difference being, though, that the hierarchy that's essentially attempting to hold him down is not that they think he can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? It's more of the fact that they think they can do it better.
Right. Which is the one unique spin that they actually have to it, but like,
but it doesn't change the fact that it's still the same formula. It's still the same steps. You literally hit us with the same thing and then just gave us a slight tweak to it.
Right.
Which in the long run could still be amazing, because what they presented us with this first episode of this season up to this point was amazing, right?
Absolutely.
But they took their foot off the gas. Mm-hmm. They took their foot off the gas definitely to get to where we are currently. And it's like, man, I wish we had that same momentum.
Yeah, to do it again. And again, to contrast that with ReZero, again, doing the same thing, but in such a different way to where it's so much more impactful because of the situations, the standards, and the unexpectedness of it all, that it just feels rougher, like rougher. What's the word? I guess it feels more thought out, more fleshed out, I guess, if you will.
I think you said emotionally charged.
Charged. Yeah, exactly. So it's very, I don't know. It's unfortunate that they're kind of going through the same thing. But again, Wano's story isn't bad. It isn't in any way going down the wrong path whatsoever. And again, this episode this week that you're listening to this podcast is kind of showing that it's going to be slightly different, but the point remains the same. We go somewhere, we train, we get better, we overcome, or rinse and repeat. So the fact that it feels so formulaic already this early, quote unquote early, and we're 7 episodes in, I think. It does feel a little rough, because where does it end, right? It ends with him overcoming again. Or do we get more with that? I do like, I'm going to say this.
Right. Yeah. I know.
Okay. That new teacher or instructor or whatever who's training him, I love her.
She's clearly one of the GOATs.
Yeah, already. She ain't got to do much else. So, yeah, to that. All right, so thanks for letting me get that off. Shout out to Rob Stone for bringing that. A very poignant point that I was trying to make last week, but again, in the roundabout, I do that from time to time. Sometimes I just overthink and oversay and oversell to the point where it turns into a mess. But that's essentially exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
More clear and concise.
Which I don't think it was a mess. But I will say, I hope we can talk about it in spoilers, but I definitely think Classroom Elite got some mess in there.
Oh, yeah. We could bring that to spoilers,
This whole, it has some good episodes this week, brother.
Man, this week has been unbelievable because it is going. Okay, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. Sorry.
Like I said, without going into too much spoilers of Classroom Elite, Ayana Koji, amazing character. One of the best in the verse and the anime period, probably. Very well thought out, very well planned, articulated. Everything he does is with motion and reason. Mm-hmm. And that is one of those things that, like, and this is, in contrast to Wanda Wistoria, one more time, because Will is a well thought out, well articulated character himself. True. Right?
Very much
so. It's not to take anything away from his character, Ayana Koji. It's not just him as a character. The whole verse has to be well thought out, well reserved, well planned, and how they move around him in order to try and knock him off his guard is what makes the show. It's even what's driving the show to this point, right? Because let's even be fair. With the same thing we just talked about for ReZero and Wanda Wistoria, did Classroom of the Elite not do a reset with basically what we got from season 1 at right now? You know what I mean?
Essentially.
This is season 4, and this is essentially like a reset. With a very similar game mode, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's true.
But it's like I said, another differential on how to tackle it, how to go about it.
Yeah.
And
in a creative and unique way.
Listen, they did amazing, and I can't wait to talk about that in spoilers too.
Yeah. So ReZero Classroom Elite, second half of the show, spoiler talk for us there. So keep that in mind. But that goes into the point I wanted to make earlier, and to the main discussion of the show. How has this season so far changed for you? Because for me, there's a lot of things. Now, obviously, aside from the returning shows like Classroom of the Elite being absolutely freaking phenomenal, there's one show in particular that shot its way up to it's my new number one spot. I know we did top 5 must watches a few weeks ago, but whatever my top 1 was for the new shows, I got a replacement for it. Wow.
Those gals can't be kind to otaku, I think.
And I still love it. I still absolutely love it. But this show in particular has changed, has won me over in a way that is so versed. And I gotta say, shout out to and I'm going to use the fucking art because it's in contrast to what it was last week. I'm going to use virtually the same thumbnail, but it's like it's reflective, and it's going to be so dope. But the main show I'm talking about is Nippon. Nippon has quickly become my number 1 show this season. New show. I'm gonna get that clear because ReZero is actually ReZero Classroom of the Elite. Fucking Angel Next Door are literally top tier shows this season, bar none. But Nippon, as far as new shows goes, has quickly became my favorite. And the reason why I bring up the One Piece, the Pirate Seas for this one is because I don't want to go to Prime in my bedroom and watch it there. So I watch it on anime.nexus. Excuse me. Check out that website because it shows the quality of it is so top tier. Like the screenshot from last week, that's our thumbnail of last week's episode. I'm virtually using that same thumbnail, but with a different character because of what the story and contrast is of what both sides is doing in this particular war in this show. This show has quickly became my favorite show this season because of these last few episodes. Fucking amazing, dude. Amazing storytelling. And the dub is fantastic.
And that's exactly, and mind you, I haven't even checked out the dub.
Oh my God, you're bugging. It's so good. I
haven't checked out the dub at all.
Narrator is fantastic, dude, especially this week. The narrator, she seemed to have gotten emotional. I'm like, this fucking shit is a masterpiece.
Yeah, brother. I was watching these last 2 episodes and I was like, what the heck? And it's not, it is the strategic development, the emotional development. It just has a lot going for it. And I would even say,
I can't believe you're watching the dub. The dub is
I got to now. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just been watching this up. So yeah, brother, I'm very surprised that you said it, but I was also thinking when I said these last couple of weeks have been really good for these episodes. Nippon was one of them that was like, it's been good.
It literally changed my view on this entire season. Like this entire season is like, it's good with returning stuff. Returning stuff is literally carrying right now. At least that's what I thought until I put it into perspective. And then in perspective, gals, I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class, Damon's, bro. Oh my God, the most recent episode of Damon's is episode of the week worthy as well. But Nippon is literally like, I'm like, yo, and it's so beautiful. I said this when I first watched it. The art style is fantastic. Like JoJo could never.
It's very punchy and contrasty.
Yes,
you know what
man,
I mean?
I love it.
But with a almost like historical like art style to it, while keeping it modern. You know what I mean? Yep. It's a wild little mix. But you mix that with the development of how things are taking place in the show, and it has been amazing.
I'm telling you, man, I can't stress enough. Go to Amazon Prime, watch this show dubbed. Nippon is fantastic. If you don't have Amazon Prime, and we rarely like to shout out the piracies, because we know that even though nobody really likes Crunchyroll that much, we know that supporting anime any way you can is, the best way of, not only keeping us getting anime, but keeping podcasts going, because we, as long as anime comes over here, we always got something to talk about, et cetera, et cetera. But go to anime.nexus, a great website, because I know a bunch of other websites shut down, and watch Nippon. It's beautiful. It's I swear, when I say this dub to you had me fucking like, yo, the narrator that's in every episode started to feel like she was getting emotional as she was like saying the narration. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know if this is a part of the sub or how it was, but it was unbelievable. The delivery of it felt different than her normal delivery. Her normal delivery is concise when it comes to that narrator, and it's straight to the point, and it's getting you to where you need to go within the show. But this week it was slow and somber, and the development of the way she was speaking was very poignant still, but had a sense of emotion to it, which brought me fucking, I'm like, why do I care? These are technically the villains, I guess.
And it felt that way in the sub, but now I feel more like I definitely got to watch it dub, bro. I have to see how that hit.
But please just go to that scene, even if you have to just go to that scene in particular. I was blown away. Oh my God, damn. It was unbelievable. Yeah. But this season has changed, man. Like, Witch Hat Atelier was top of the list for me. Now I'm like, kind of like, it's fine. I don't really care as much for it.
And here's the issue, right? Witch Hat Atelier, it's not that it's bad,
it's
right?
not bad at all.
But The Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku as a new show is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
I Made Friends Second Prettiest Girl is also really good. Then, like we said, you got Nippon, you got let's see what else is new. I really like Akane Banashi. I wouldn't know if I would necessarily put it above Witch Hat Atelier, but it's not necessarily a bad show.
I fell behind on that one. I'm 4 episodes behind.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with it.
Yeah, I feel bad about that, because it was good. I don't know why.
Teenage New Game Plus.
Yeah, a bar is yeah.
So Witch Hat Atelier is sitting roughly at like 4th or 5th after a good analyzation of this season.
And what could be that reason? Could it be like, because it is developing, like we're getting a lot.
Yeah. So here's what I think, right? And I think,
well, we get a lot by also getting nothing at all at the same time. It's kind of weird.
I wonder if this is going to sound weird, right? And I think what you just said is a huge part of it. And this is what I mean by that, right? The first episode of that show, I felt the first episode, which had Atelier, almost made me feel hopeful. Like, I felt like, man, that was extremely sad, but like, yo, that was also amazing. Like that I felt hope watching that episode.
Sure.
But I feel like going forward, how they unraveled the magic, I think was cool. But the way in which they're progressing with the group, I almost feel like yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way that they're progressing with the group doesn't feel as driven anymore. Like I'm definitely more interested in knockoff Gojo or Keyfree. I'm almost more interested in what his whole thing is with, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel like that mystery, that mystique, mysticism, that wonder is what I want in this show, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, the girls developing is going to be important. It's a driving factor for the show, because the show is not necessarily about Keyfree. Right. It's more to it, right? And that's how they're going to keep it going for multiple seasons. But I almost wish they kind of like locked in a little bit more and gave me more of that Kiefer, gave me more of that the witches with the brims. I want more of that that mystery, that wonder.
Yeah. It's such it's so crazy because I start off as like Coco is so sweet and adorable to she's starting to annoy me a little to now I don't care what she got going on. Show me what Kiefer got going on because he seems so I don't know if it's revenge driven, reserved while being goal driven to a point that is like very vitriolic, you know?
And this is going to sound crazy. This is why it's going to sound crazy. I almost wish that we knew as much about the magic in this world currently that the regular civilians knew.
Oh, which is nothing.
Basically, but like how we see it happen. Yeah. And the thing is that I think it's very cool as like how they display it, how they play it out, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like when we knew less about the magic, it did have more mystery and things to it. And as they developed the magic more, it's like they didn't develop the actual mystery around that. I guess is how I feel.
Yeah.
And that's where the show is falling off. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, it's a cool show. It's still good. Never saying it's bad. It's just you got stuff to compete with now.
Right. And again, it's always it seems to always going to be beautiful. Like it's going to look good regardless. It's just not developing. I feel it's not that it's not developing like no, because I can't make that comparison at all. It's just not developing.
Yeah, like what's her name? Agat has been talking about taking this test for 4 or 5 episodes. And we're on episode 10.
Well, and we learned that she did take the test. She passed the test. Now she got another test to do eventually. And it's over. It's a rinse and repeat kind of deal. And it's just getting old. Like I want to get more with Kiefer. I want to get more with the brim hats. I want to know why he's so hell bent on keeping what he's doing secret, etc.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah. I know this is a little off key, off topic. Let me see your hat. Is that a Shadow the Hedgehog hat? Like, what's going on with that hat?
Yeah. I knew you was gonna like it. That's why I wore it. I wore it just for you.
Oh my goodness, brother, that's cold. All right, I'm so sorry.
So side tangent, quick side tangent. My wife surprised me with a bunch more Ilthy stuff, and it's Assassin's Creed Shadow because she knows I love that game, and it's a bunch of Sonic stuff, and I'm like, I absolutely love it. But you know what? Who's gonna love it more? And she's like, who? Like, Tell. He absolutely loves Sonic the Hedgehog, knows more about it than anybody I know. He's like, oh, she's like, oh, you should wear that. But yeah, it's Ilthy collab. Man. It's an official Ilthy collab, which is a Cleveland, Ohio owned clothing line that we absolutely love. So yeah, I just figured I'd do that.
That is cold. That is cold. Mind you, hold up.
There's so many Ilthy collaboration like shirts I got, Shadow shirts and
I got a 3D printed Chaos Emerald, by the way.
Yo, that's fire. That is fire. That's why we need to bring the video game podcast back anyway. That was awesome. That was the best reaction. I can't wait to tell it. Okay, anyway, where were we? Anyway, we say all that to say that Witch Hat Atelier is still good. It's still very good, but there's so much more competing with my time and attention that I think deserves to be talked about more. I'm sad that Kill Blue is now 2 weeks behind. Is it 2 weeks behind or is it still one?
For that dub?
Yeah, for the dub. Now it's 2 weeks behind, so I didn't get to watch it this week. I did enjoy episode 6 though.
Yeah, I have been watching sub, so I'm not behind any longer.
Yeah.
But
still good.
It's still good in my opinion. It's chill. It's not bad.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, the previous little situation was cool. Had little fun moments in it. But it's also our main character remains himself. He remains good, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. All right, to get to some more stuff that I'm just absolutely enjoying. Reincarnated as a Slime has been top tier. Now I'm so glad that we talked about and I mean the show. The show talked about or I don't want to talk about it because it's too far. It's season 4 and it'll be spoilers. But the conversation I was having in the most recent episodes lately, the last 2 episodes, I'm loving the fact that we're not behind the 8 ball here, and our main characters still get to be ahead of what initially is going on, and it's not about to be some unexpected surprise. Because the best thing I love about power fantasy anime, and this is something I kind of want to get to an eventual topic of the show in general, is when that power fantasy is just so overwhelming that's what makes it so much fun. You know what I mean? That's what makes the trope enjoyable to me, in my personal opinion. Like Misfit Demon King Academy. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like just go all out. If you're going to be super overpoweredly strong and ridiculous, Reincarnated as a Slime is the perfect way of doing it.
I just want to say, I can't remember his name. The guild dude that is being dominated
Yuki.
by him. No, he ain't.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, even a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
I don't think so.
You think it's so I do think he is. And it's because of what she said in this episode. But again, we can't really get into that because it's.
I think so. When Rimuru said what he said, right? And I think that specifically he talked about the souls and unique abilities, right?
No, see, but okay. You're about to prove my point in a minute here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So when he said that, I was just like, and this is obviously I could be wrong. And I don't mind being wrong. I just like. Sometimes I watch stuff and I'll have a thought in my head, like, what if that's not the case though? Like you just assume that because you've been doing this for so long that what it is. But I felt like Yuki presented himself in such a manner from the beginning that this being a thing feels off. When
I see what you said, but there's one piece that you're missing.
Yeah.
And it's her power. It's Maribel power. It's based off of someone's.
Agreed, yeah.
Exactly. So with what he said this episode, and we're not going to spoil what he said something. Mm-hmm. With what he said this episode, meaning he has something that he is greedy for, rather than his revenge, right, or to get something. So if it feeds off of that, her power obviously is going to take hold of that. She knows what it is, and she knows that she has it by the balls, for lack of a better term. She has it. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
because of what she knows what it is, she is able to exploit that and then move. And that's why I think it is legit. Me personally.
And that's what made me think maybe it's not. And I'm not gonna lie, for the exact same reason though, that maybe his could exceed what she's able to control because of that. But I definitely
see what you're saying. What you're saying makes sense in the sense that if it wasn't her, if it was anything else, because in her case,
right,
her power is strong because it's in depth. So if I wanted $1 million so very badly, okay, if I wanted $1 million, she takes that and that makes her power, her hold stronger. So based off of his greed or whatever his situation is being so strong, that's what makes her stronger. So that's why she's that is why she's probably the most concerning person in this verse against anybody that Rimuru has, because everybody has something they're greedy for. You know what I'm saying? That
except for Rimuru, he don't care.
but we don't know. It could possibly be something in there. I don't know. Raphael probably won't let that happen, but you know.
It's probably was so greedy that he wants everybody to just be free.
Right. Something that can be exploited to where that makes her power extremely dangerous to anybody. And it's scary. It's very scary. Somebody could want to, and it's just an example. Somebody could want to worship him so bad that the only way to save him is to kill him. And it could be fucking Vildora. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's my best friend. I got to make sure he's okay. And the best way to make sure he's okay is keeping him in a room where he can't escape or some weird shit like that. And it's just
right.
Crazy example. But because her power she'll be able to do that because somebody's greed to do that will be that powerful. It's just, she's dangerous, man. She scares me a lot. A lot.
Only one that could do that is Ogre Girl. That'd be able to put Rimuru in the pack. What's her name? Shion. She's the only one that can remember right now.
She is absolutely my favorite. I love her so much. The fact that we got so little of her this season so far has been stressing me out, though.
We got her to change clothes.
Yeah, and that was fire. She's the best, man. She's the absolute best. But to get to my new favorite, that's not Hell's Paradise. My new favorite shonen that's not Hell's Paradise, Demons of the Shadow Realm. I love this fucking show so much. I truly find this to be like new shonen wise, like new of the, the atypical, be usual shonen. I mean, because ReZero can count as a shonen, but whatever. This has been special. This has been like so much fun for me. I don't know about you. And it's probably my love for Left and Right. It's probably my love for what they cooking up with this world so far. It's probably my love with the fucking daemons and the creative shit you can do. Like, for instance, in the most recent episode, which is episode 9, spoilers for episode 9 of Daemons, but I know y'all are watching it, so whatever. Spoilers for episode 9, but the Kagamori person's daemon that could just get all the information from other people's daemons. So like the possibilities is endless, and I think that's what makes her writing so genius when it comes to Full Metal Alchemist and it comes to daemons. Now, she knows how to create a world where she can go wherever she want and do whatever she want with it, to where it is impressive.
And I think I'm gonna pull a polo here. So although this is a shonen anime, it's not doing the atypical be usual approach, right? Mm-hmm. This is a battle shonen, at least how you would typically see it. But battle isn't always at the forefront. Right. There is still a lot of discovery, and that is typically, at least for me, is what's going to keep me glued to the screen.
Sorry to interrupt you, but what you said is exactly the reason why Tongan Aki and Gachi Akita did not sit with me, because there was no fucking sense of discovery in those shows. The sense of discovery was them telling you every 2 seconds of this and this and this, having these conversations that they should already know the answer to, and speeding the progression forward, and we fight like this because of this, or we do this because of this, and just explaining and over explaining everything to you, where this show doesn't. It gives you that sense of discovery, leaves you with intrigue. Thank you for letting me get that off.
No, of course. But then they give us these expressive characters in this world that they're relatively new to, for the most part.
Expressive characters,
and that does seem fun, because if you think about even Full Metal Alchemist, when we start the show, they were from a small town, and then they make it to a big city, and they get right to action in that city, but they didn't necessarily know everything about the city. There's still some discovery for them, so to speak, and that's where we are with these daemons. The daemons were already somewhat new to our MC. Everything that our MC is getting is new to them. Yep. And everyone else is looking at him like, you're the only one who doesn't really know much other than him and his daemons.
So the explanation comes at a relatively reasonable pace and reasonable time frame.
Right. Then even we even got moments like when they left the village, a random deity stops by to say hi to Left and Right. It's like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, what's that about?
Cameos? We get cameos? Are you serious?
Yeah.
The show has a lot of world to discover that they just drop little hints on without pouring the whole cup out.
Bro, the whole clan reveal of what he can do, what Dara could do, like, come on. Like, what? Mm-hmm. What? And then you meet somebody where Left and Right is like, y'all step back, because y'all don't stand no chance. We'll handle this. It was just so good.
And then Left and Right being the direct, mind you, they're either clearly ancestors of the village, like the first with Break and Seal.
Yeah, the first twins.
And
they just so happen to be boy and girl too.
Come on, brother.
It's so much. Dude, this is about to go crazy, man. It's about to go crazy.
I swear. It all just like, this makes sense. The show is great. They're doing amazing.
So in this particular case, gut check, I guess you can call it. whose side are you on? Like, let's just say you have to pick one or the other. Who do you think you would fall under as far as like size go?
What do you mean? Like with the sister or the brother?
No. The village or the clan, the Kagamoris.
Oh, first of all,
we got lack of information. So
I'm gonna say this. To me, it felt like the village wanted to hide, and I'm not a fan of that. Like you want to stay where you stay put, so that you didn't have to be exposed to said problems. And I get why, right?
Yeah.
Because the world wanting to have that ability, wanting to be able to do whatever they can, is a problem. But instead of running from it, you know what I mean? Like, there are other ways to protect it. And I'm with, and mind you, I guess that really, if you look at it, they're both kind of doing the same thing.
Exactly. This is about to be
they're
my
both
point.
kind of doing the same thing, which is why I'm more with, like, I guess my thought was be more like the brother, where it's like, let me at least find out about this world before I start taking action.
Yeah, but we know, we both know that everybody as the viewer is on the brother side, right? Like what he's doing is right, even though it's harsh, right? Like you have to say, listen, I'm about to be out here. If they want to come get me, come find me. That's dope. We like that. We with that. As a shonen made for teenage boys, it's an adult man. This is exactly what we want. But as far as the side of who is the real villains here, who is the real, I guess villains wouldn't be the right term, because again, I don't think she writes villains. I think she just writes complex people. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is, I don't think the idea of a villain specifically is even the real context here, right? It's more of the exploitation, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have break, you can essentially destroy anything. If you have seal, you can essentially stop or seal anything, right?
Right.
And that could be damning. Imagine you just sealed everything away and you're the only one with daemons or only one with powers.
But that goes to the point that I'm trying to make. Who is in the right? Is it the Kawamoris who want to take that power for themselves, and we don't know exactly what they want to do with it? Or is it the village who want to hide that power away and keep it away from people?
Well, yeah, I think that. So I would immediately not trust the Kawamoris. That clan, immediately I don't trust them.
It's off. Even when the sister was talking about them and everything they do, I'm like, maybe they said all that emotion.
The limitation. She's like, she's not allowed. She was not allowed to leave because she would be assassinated, etc. Also, she has the power to just break people.
That's why they had to seal her away while keeping Seal. Yeah, while keeping Seal out and about, because it makes sense, man. I think from the knowledge, I
agree, but I'm gonna say this: with left and right there, right is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
If right stay with her, how is she beatable? And if left stay with him, how is he beatable?
No. You looking at it all wrong. He has left and right. How is he beatable? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, right? How is he beatable? But what I'm saying is, when if he awakened the ability to seal, right?
Yeah.
They will, each of them will essentially always have the full capabilities.
Yeah.
How could they be beatable if they were to ever operate together?
Which one do you think is more dangerous?
I think break is more dangerous for sure. I think it's set up that way. Break is more dangerous. Seal is the key, the lock to put break away. But I think seal also shuts down so much of the world. Mm-hmm. But I think that obviously if he seals something, breaks like, okay, well, let's unlock it. You know what I mean?
I don't know, because we don't know the implications of what that internally does, right? Of both of them, or why they so, I don't know, so sought after. I don't know, because we don't fully understand daemons yet, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, as far as we know, demons are things as petty as like damn near fairies, all the way up to full blown religious deities. You know what I mean?
Yep. Dude, this show is so good. The fact that these conversations where we just don't know, I'm so glad we got 24. Like that's just,
yeah.
It just makes me so happy to know that we got 24 episodes of this because it's been fantastic.
This will also almost guarantee next season is going to have at least something good in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe another 24. I would love that. Cooking, man. Cooking. I'm so glad that it's good, man. I was worried. Worried no longer. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Let's get to know Mic Check Waifu and then head over to spoilers, shall we?
Let's do it.
It's part of the podcast where one of us rolls a random number generator. The other reads a question associated to that number. And you get to know us a little bit better. All these questions are anime related, obviously. So the list is getting chopped down and we're going to keep rolling until we get a number that's actually on the list. But I mean, this skipping there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 15, 19. It's fun. So what you get?
I think we said this number before, but 26.
Yeah, we said 26 because it's my favorite number.
64.
We got 64 out of there.
85.
Do you prefer watching anime alone or with others?
All right, I'm a married man, but just hear me out when I say this. I like to do a lot of stuff alone.
Yeah, me too.
I like to do a lot of stuff alone. I'd even play multiplayer games alone.
Yeah, you do. That you do. I've been trying to game with him for years.
With that being said, I do like to watch anime alone. I don't mind watching with people, but I think I prefer to watch it alone because then I just absolutely don't miss anything. I talk a lot, but when I'm watching something, I'm mostly silent.
Yeah.
Like I'm locked all the way in.
That's why I agree with that. And I'm the same way. That's why watching ReZero with my wife is the best experience ever because she's the same way. We're enjoying it. We're watching it, having almost the same reaction at the same time as each other quietly, you know? And sometimes we verbally, audibly gasp or laugh. Yeah. And that's fine. However, watching anime alone is better. Even though watching ReZero with my wife is the best, watching anime alone is better because, again, you can stop and go and read however you want. And you can watch it subbed or you can watch it dubbed. You ain't got to hear nobody fucking complain about it being either or. It's great. It's great. All right. Now, this is part of the podcast where we spoil. Full-blown spoilers. Freedom talk, even though we did that a lot for a lot of the shows. But we're going to talk about Classroom of the Elite Season 4, episode... I had it put up. Episode 12. Oh my God, we only got a few more episodes left. Damn. 3 more episodes. But Classroom of the Elite, episode 12. And ReZero, episode 8. Where you want to start, Tim?
All right. Let's start with Classroom of the Elite.
Let's do it. Classroom of the Elite has been fucking fantastic. Now get to it. What you got?
Like I said, I know Koji's the GOAT.
Yeah. Monologue was the best to see this episode.
Yes, but it wasn't even just his monologue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The pigtail girl, her revealing her love for him.
I knew she was from the White Room, though. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she was the one. Wait, is she the only one though? I don't know.
Here's the thing, right? Because they made it seem like whoever is coming from the White Room was going to be like trying to be against him, right?
Right.
So I don't think she's the only one. You know what I mean? I think he still has to be on guard.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be. She can't be. Because the goal is to get him suspended. There's still somebody operating to do exactly that.
Right. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not here for that. And maybe we don't know that for sure, right?
Yeah, no, we don't.
Her perspective of saving him
could be to get him expelled. Well said. Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She could have been given the information, anything like that. But regardless,
yeah, because she did do the whole knife thing. So
right,
true.
So whatever her perspective may be, she has seemingly been of help to him, while also like. Yeah, still a little shady. You know what I mean?
Wait, time out. Because if she's from the white room, of course she's going to make sure that he knows that that's his knife by making sure that she tells the dude to use his knife. So she technically is saving him essentially during that. You're right. So, no, sorry. Damn. See, that's what's so mind blowing about the show is because you got to worry about every little fucking thing possible.
The teachers though.
Yeah, that was rough. I felt sorry for Ichinose.
Yes. But was it unexpected?
From the teachers?
Yeah, dude. And mind you, I think, is that the first time we've actually gotten a moment like that from the actual teachers? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Is like, so, but I felt like it was never, it's not misplaced. Because they kind of made it seem like teachers are against certain, I guess how I've pictured the teachers is they were more against, they would have been more against like Ayana Koji.
Which,
but it was more of the, okay, well now you've heard what we said, and threatening to torture a student is crazy.
So what I think is happening is, I think, including Crystal mentioned this when she was watching it, but we're all forgetting what this show is initially based about. Well, they kind of touched on it about Ayana Koji escaping the White Room because of a friend of his essentially getting him out of there. His dad basically being the control. His dad basically being the, I don't know if it's his real dad, but who he considers to be his dad from the White Room, is basically in control of what you would call the entire school. Right. So with that power, we know that he's going to get some demons sought after him. So he got the acting chairman, trying to accomplish this goal, and it seems like it's by any means necessary. Which then begs the question, like, what exactly is going on there?
Right. And why? And the whole time it's all just another test, right? Right. Because if he can avoid expulsion and still graduate, that's just proof of how good he is. And in the end, if he does exceed his dad's expectations and whatnot, right? All it is that, yeah, this is exactly what I trained you to be. It's a slap in my face, yeah. But this is everything that you were trained or supposed to be regardless. So what you're saying is you think that his dad is just essentially making the test as hard as possible for him to see if he is a success. Well, yeah. I personally think that if it succeeds, he gets to escape his father's grasp, if you will. But that's what I'm saying is, you think about it, right? If he was in the White Room to train all these things, right? Like, how's Ayana Koji good at everything? He knows virtually everything, or at least just really good at problem solving. Right. Because I'll even say this. Like, I've taken tests, and just because I know how to whittle down bad answers, I've gotten 100% because it was like, well, I know how to get rid of a bad answer. And I know how to get down to two possible best choice answers and then whittle down which one is the least possible answer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Ayana Koji could just be thinking like that. He doesn't necessarily have to be amazing at math. If he can find the correct answer through whittling things down, then yes. He doesn't have to be good at every subject in the world. He just has to be able to, problem solve, right? Sure. And I think that is kind of what the test is. If he is being pressured or tested by his father, who is essentially a head or leader of this school, the it would, in my opinion, it would only prove his methods, right? Which could further his goals, right? Let's say, well, I put my son through this, and this is how well he achieved. Everybody should listen to me, because this is the success that I devised.
Build a more sense of control. Exactly.
Every one of my students, everybody could be like this, because this is how I teach. This is how I train.
Yeah.
This is the success I make. Regardless of Iono Koji just seeing it as a way to slap his dad in the face, this is really, in my opinion, that's how I see it.
That's a good
but I do
point.
think escaping his control, if that's exactly what it is, this is like a long way down the line, a gut check.
Yeah.
I foresee Iono Koji saying, I'm going to succeed and get to like the maximum apex point, and then changing everything on his head. Like, everyone in class A won't graduate because of something Iono Koji does, something like that. But that's what, I don't know, brother. I feel like that's how you slap somebody in the face.
Yeah.
Make all their supporters upset.
Right. And that's the only thing I can think of, because if Iono Koji is so smart, then he would have to understand that if his dad's goal is to get him expelled, then that means him succeeding just proves the point of his dad. Like this. So I don't know how he could escape his father if he succeeds, because that just means you're proving your father right, that this method of breeding these white room students or kids is the right method. Mm-hmm. So let's just create an army of these to take over Japan and to control Japan and to do whatever it is he's fucking trying to do. We have no idea even what happens outside of the school as like regular people. Right? We know nothing. Like, so
this school could literally be the white room.
True. Who knows, man? Who knows? It's good though, man. It's so good.
Yeah, great episode this week.
Facts.
Great episodes this season.
100%. I'm looking forward to more. What do you think about him using Nanase now as a pawn, as he called it?
That's how Iono Koji moves.
That's what it is. Yep. That's I wanted to have a little bit more dialogue on that, but you can't, because that's just exactly what he does. Like, it's just,
and it's, I hate to say it, but that is exactly how he moves. But also the dominating her without ever actually putting a hand on her to hurt her. Come on, man, that's cold.
Genius.
It's cold.
And the animation was so good too.
You don't have two personalities. Come on, man. Stop playing with me.
What are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself, basically, is what he said to her.
Goated conversation.
It was, man. It was. Oh, so good. Okay, to move on to the worst episode this week. Oh my gosh, dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What happened was, and so I'm watching it with the wife, and I explained to her what I said during the show last week, which I'm praying that all he has to do is die and it goes back to normal. I'm praying that he just needs to die, and when he dies, it turns everything that he quote unquote healed to normal again. Lo and behold, it doesn't. And
because the healing was the checkpoint.
Yep. So starting from zero again. And that fucking killed me, because now I'm like, where do we go from here? Because not only is he back to uncharacter growth Subaru, but he's even in a worse position than he was when he first got here. Because when he first got here, it was literally from zero. He was nothing. He was nobody. Nobody knew him. He was able to gradually work his way up. But this zero is when everybody needs him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs him to understand how to get through this, because he solved that first puzzle, no problem. He fucking can read the book. He basically solved that these books are about the dead people or whatever the case may be. Like he's done everything to this point, and now they have none of that anymore. How do you get past this? It's gut punching.
Yeah, this episode was a pain.
It was. in every stretch
And
of the way.
I don't mean that in like I hated watching this episode. It was a pain because it was like
Emotionally.
brother. Yeah. But I think oddly enough, Subaru got what he needed. And even if, let's say he does recover his memories.
Oh, please do.
If he recovers his memories, I think he'll never trust them again.
He'll never trust his memories?
No, his friends.
Nah, that's going.
Because maybe Beatrice, right?
Yeah, that's going too far. That's setting the bar too far on one side.
Okay.
Right? You got to think logically about this.
I am.
You lose your memories, you are useless. He doesn't have powers. He can't do anything special. Like, this is ReZero from the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
He of all people would understand better than anybody in this world. Like,
yeah, but listen to this. What memories from this specific world did he use to get them to where he's going right now? When it came to solving the constellations, that wasn't relevant to him being specifically in this world.
But I don't.
When it came to the constellation part, when he got to the first level and they had to use the constellation, understand the constellations. Subaru didn't need memories from this world to do that. Yes, he's still going to need memories and understand where he is in the world, right? But he can still move forward.
That has nothing to do with them not trusting him, though.
They don't see Subaru as valuable right now. Yeah, and that's the problem.
How could you? He's new. He's a new person. He doesn't understand what's going on. While the Subaru before understood exactly what was going on because he knows, hey, we got to go to this tower to get our memories back. Okay, so now we're here to solve puzzles. And yes, you're right. He uses his memories from the other world, the star constellations, to solve that puzzle. But how do you do that when you are starting from, you don't even know where the fuck you are or who these people are or what these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know nothing.
Here's the worst part is that if they gave him enough time
they don't have.
They don't know that. They don't know how much time they have because all he has to do is die. And over time, his memories will build with them, right? His understanding of what they know and do will build, right? And I'm not saying that means that he would.
This isn't a place where his memories can build and grow.
That's okay. So, but what I am saying is it's not about specifically his memories growing in terms of like experiences with these people, right? But understanding what they have experienced with him, just talking with them, and then I'm sorry to say he dies again. Just like when he came back the first time with no memories, he died. And then he's like, what was that? You know, he thought he had a prophetic dream, but he's realizing it wasn't a prophetic dream. He has memories of just talking to these people and understanding who they were. He didn't have to necessarily start from zero all over again. He has the ability to still remedy these issues, but they're treating him like, because he can't tell them what he has the ability to do, they're treating him like someone who can't help them, but he still can.
He can't. And the reason why he can't is because he doesn't know these people from a bag of fucking rice. And because of that, you mean to tell me I got to trust what you guys are saying and I don't know you. You are literally strangers to me. I was in the parking lot after walking from a store to here, and you guys say you know me, but I'm not the me that you think you know. And now you're trying to tell me who I am, and I don't think that's me. It's just it's a clusterfuck, a fuckery, because of the simple fact is they expect more from him. He can't give them what they expect, so now he's mentally drained because I don't know what you want me to. I'm in this place full of nothing, dying. And you're telling me, okay, well, you could die over and over again to regain memories back? No, that's not what we spent 4 seasons building up Subaru, the character, for. He lived through experiences. He lived through people messing up and killing him that he loved. He lived through people. Like, it's just, he lived through so much that got him to where he is right now to be able to solve the Pleiades Tower and to know what to look for when he comes to talking to Reed, or to know what to look for when he's talking to Julius, or to know what to look for when he's securing Betty, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much shit that he's been through that took so much more time than being in this fucking fort, this tower where they don't have a lot of time. Time isn't infinite in this tower because guess what? Food isn't infinite. How you gonna get food? See what I'm saying? So it's like it's a situation where he could start all over and slowly start to talk to him 2 days, 3 days. What if you only have 4 days of food left? Or what if you only have 7 days of food left? And you talk to him for those 7 days and then you die again. You go all the way back. Or what if the save point change? It's like, it's just so much that it's just, the method of trying to brute force this is impossible. It's not possible. You can't. Not starting from zero. If you started from the super rule that you are, yes, because you understand this world a lot better. And we're talking like, you know, miasma. He doesn't even know what the fuck miasma. Like, it's just so much shit that's like, we lose, man. We lost here so far.
Well, what I'm saying is, because I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm saying he's not completely useless. That's my perspective.
I think he is.
I understand what you're saying. I'm saying I don't think he's completely useless. But that also could just be my my personality as a friend that I couldn't.
He's useless.
I couldn't view him as that. I understand. I'm saying that's my personality. That's how I would see it.
And who said that of all people? Ram. Amelia's like, no, he's still great. But Ram was like, no, she's keeping it real. He's fucking useless. He's the only person who knew Rim. He's the only. Julius is like, well, what can he help? He doesn't even know me anymore, and I was the only person he did know. You know what I'm saying? Who did know me? It's so much, man. It's too much. It's a lot and that's why this episode was so hard for me to watch, because you see the faces of Amelia when he said Amelia-chan and how heartbroken she was, or called Bedco Betty. Like, everything hurts so bad this episode. And me and my wife just kept looking at each other like every time they made them faces, and we just frowned at each other. Like, it hurt so bad.
Almost like disgusted.
Yeah. Julius was like, the way he was, holding his mouth, because the only person that knew him don't know him no more. The only like, imagine how fucking mentally hurt you have to be to know that the one person that knew you in this entire world is just gone. Fuck, dude, it kills me to think. And now to move on, what happened in this episode. Him dying over and over again, but to then be fed up like anybody would in this situation, because again, these people, like you said, he can't trust those people because they're strangers to him. He leaves the tower. And now when he leaves the tower, we all know from previous episodes that if he leaves the tower, if anybody leaves this tower right now without solving this, I'm going to turn into a death machine. She turns into a death machine.
Which obviously he didn't know that.
Of course he did. I hope not.
He couldn't know.
Yeah, he couldn't know. Duh. And he's leaving. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Which, I mean, can you blame him?
Mind you.
Because somebody killed him and he don't know who did.
Yeah, mind you, we have no...
This show sends me.
We have no idea if what's gonna happen.
I don't know.
We have no idea if he's ever gonna get his memory back or not, bro.
How do you ReZero is the only show that's impossible to gut check. I think ReZero and 86 were both shows that are impossible to gut check.
Yeah, man.
Because I don't got it. I don't know.
Yeah, brother. What could happen? All we know is next episode everybody dies.
It has to be the case, right? But oh my God, what if somebody dies and there's a new checkpoint? Oh, it hurts every time I think about something like that happening, man.
The thing is that Charlotte's going to kill all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Who can beat her? It's possible Julius can. You remember? Because he was the one that sliced her spike things.
Well, they don't know that she necessarily
is the one that did it.
Is active right now. You know what I mean?
True.
So spin the block. True. She immediately boom. Kill. Long range. Ain't nothing they can do from it necessarily not knowing what's coming.
Yep.
I think if Beatrice and Amelia and Julie, if they had time to think, okay, she's about to attack us, then there's something.
I feel like I just went down a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said Beatrice, because I'm like, because she called her, don't ever compares me to a little fairy a couple of episodes ago or something like that. My stomach hurt.
Yeah, brother.
I don't know what to do. Let's solve it. Let's try to solve it. What's the solution?
All right.
Give me something. I need to end on a solution. It could be as theoretical and as impossible as you can make it. Let's come up with something. I say he dies again. Please die again. Because he left the tower. Oh, yeah. He has to die again.
I think she kills everybody inside the tower and he dies either via my beast outside or to the sands.
My beast is outside too. Fuck.
So I don't think he has a chance at making it. Because they say his gate was completely broken right now?
Yeah, his gate's done. It's been done for a while.
So he can't do anything. So he's chalked.
Yeah. So the solution, let's think of a solution. Solution for me. Okay. This is where I'm going. He dies again, but this time when he dies, some way, somehow, and again, it's not going to be rational, but this is ReZero. Okay. It was irrational for him to take his memories away in the first place. He dies again. I got an idea. He dies again, but this time he gains control of himself again. Because at one point he died before and he regained control of himself, even though it was from help from other characters to do so. But he goes back to the library when he first wakes up instead of talking to anybody and goes to a book, just start opening books. And then something sucks him in. Okay. And when he gets sucked in, he's talking to either himself or someone that can possibly help bring his memories back slowly but surely.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Hear me out when I say this, right? Because he died, his memories got put into a book. Subaru's book still got to be in that library.
That's where his memories are, in a book, in the light. Duh. That's the answer. Yeah. Because he died. But why did he die?
They don't know that, though.
No. Okay. He didn't die. Okay. He got sucked into a book that is of one of his deaths. He tried to read it. But because his soul got sucked into one of his deaths, what's the word for his material body? Empty. Because his soul from one of his deaths got sucked into a book, just like you said. So his memories, he read one of his books that he died in, like you said. His soul got sucked in, but he's still alive technically because it's just his corporeal body. Because they decided to take him out of that library and bring him to the green room, I think they call it a green room, healing room. It just healed him. But because putting the body back.
Without
putting his body back. Yes. Yeah. So he separated. That's it. We just fucking figured out ReZero. It gotta be. It's the only explanation. Because we spent that entire time in the library talking about it. Yeah, that's it. We solved it. Oh, please be it. It's about to be seen. It has to be. No, there's no other way. So the only solution is for him to gain control and to go to that library and start looking through books. That's it. That's all he got. Because that's the mistake from them not taking him with them to the books because they felt like he was going to be in the way, which I understand their reasoning because they have no idea of what he's capable of or, anything that's going on with Subaru. So they just feel like in order to keep him safe, let's keep him out of the way because we don't want him disrespecting the books because if you disrespect the books, he also turns into the Tomb Raider. So, So you just made this so much better for me. That is the answer. You figured it the fuck out.
It's got to be the answer.
It's the only answer. It's the only answer. I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Talion on all social media.
You could follow our social medias at youtube.com/@MikeCheckWaifu. Join our Discord, discord.MikeCheckWaifu.com. But as always, Mike check.
Peace out.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu Waifu.